whoever's doing our timer majigger.
Alright. I guess I'll get ready. Are you ready, Shadow?
Yeah, I'll just be here for hosting in case there's some donation, but yeah, I can do the countdown if you want to.
Alright.
That works.
Alright, so 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Yeehaw.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Alright, this is Pac-Man World 2, 152 tokens. Basically, the goal of the game, there's 8 tokens that are in the levels. Yeah, 8 tokens like floating around in each level. And our goal is to collect them all. That's basically it.
Yeah, the actual total in the game is 189. You get the other amounts by doing 100% in each level and doing the time trial for each level.
But that would take too long.
Yeah, that would take too long, so we're playing the better category. Oh wait, I should probably do this. So, one good thing about this category is that you're going to see a lot of strats that are not done in 80% compared to 152. This is a little bit more, a tiny bit more movement intensive in terms of creativity. And we're also going to be doing things like breaking boxes in specific ways and navigating in other areas.
Yep, a lot of different things here.
Yeah.
Also, I cannot kick those boxes today.
You said that right as I kicked off the box perfectly.
Nice. Oh, camera. If none of you know the game, you'll know the camera is like the worst enemy in the game, not the actual enemies themselves.
The camera is bad. Camera is the worst enemy in this game.
Hey, Alice.
So I should also mention that throughout this run, you're going to see some minor route differences. We'll probably bring them up.
The first one's probably here in Candy of Chaos, actually.
Yeah.
I go for that box behind the purple tree first. I don't think you do, Lost.
No, I get that second to last.
Yeah, I don't think it matters which one you get first.
No, not really. Oh, God. Okay. Camera almost killed me there. Things like that, the camera just did complete 360 on me.
It's a cool butt bounce off that rock.
We're
Gotta
like...
get up there early.
we're like tied, by the way.
Yes. Awesome.
Oh, no.
I paused the stream so I can not have that going in the background. So I don't know how close we are.
What is your candy cast one? Oh wait, no, you're not looking at splits.
I don't have splits.
Alright, coming up here is the one cycle for Packed Out Pond. And I missed it. Essentially what I was going to do was okay. This is actually extremely tight to get. At the start, you have to rev-roll into the beetle to get the first token. I didn't rev-roll into the beetle because I didn't charge it far enough, so I lose 8 seconds and have to wait for this platform cycle.
Nice clutch grab.
And then here, you're going to see me and Nacho navigate on these platforms to different buttons to grab specific tactics.
Then I should grab that token. Token Dirty was being a jerk.
Token 30 is always a jerk. Nice. That's a new strat right there. Oh god, I died!
Oh no!
Wow, okay. That was not... I did not expect that to happen. Normally I would get enough height for that. But, that's something that usually doesn't happen.
So Blinky is the same in all categories, it's just the boss. And we try to do one cycle. And that's by pause buffering to get rid of his iframes, and rev rolling in this corner. I got it. Nice.
Alright, let's see if I can get this now.
I would say that was like 64-34 split, I guess. Just kind of paying attention.
I get it.
Okay, this time we're actually doing it.
Alright, I got the one cycle.
Nice.
A little slow, but that's fine. Got a 504.
So by doing woods, we actually climb the trees. We don't skip them. And there's just a few tokens in some of these boxes. Just really cool rev roll we do at the top of that tree. And then these last tokens are just in random boxes up here.
Nice depth perception. What the heck? Okay. So I died in a really interesting way.
Oh no. So Treewood's a bit of a technical level. A lot of movement, a lot of variations.
Some minor skips.
Yeah, and saw cycles. Gotta always worry about your saw cycles.
Yep.
Alright, I was an idiot and missed the tree that time. Good.
I should mention Druid Forest is one of the levels where you're going to see a slightly bigger route deviation. I do a slower but slightly faster route. Let me try adjusting that.
Yeah, I just skipped a token, but I'm gonna come back for it. That's part of the route deviation that we do.
Yeah. I don't know how to fix that. That's
Oh.
just how my capture card reads the game. I'm not really sure why it does that.
Just landed on the bear. Good job, man. Here we go. Butt bouncing around the seams, so we don't have to ledge grab. So you saw I rev roll to the right. Laws is going to rev roll to the left, and that's our deviation of routes.
Yeah. I should mention that rev roll that I'm going to be doing is actually called the Laws roll, named by Lori, because she couldn't come up with a better name at the time. So thank you, Lori, for shoehorning my name to a rev roll. Oh my goodness.
Alright, let's go Druid. I don't know how yours is going.
I'm dying in rather bad situations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm messing up quite a bit.
So Butane Pain also has a route deviation. I go to the secret area first. I don't think you do you?
No, I climb up and down the tree first.
Alright, right there I stood for like a half second. I wanted the camera to catch up to me because if you take that too fast on that rev roll, the camera can lock up there, and there's no way you can fix it without dying.
Oh
It's
wow.
really annoying.
Damn.
Okay, Pac-Man. Also, I'm gonna try to not take damage here, so I can do a skip later. I almost died in the process. Alright, we're good.
That's the rev roll route deviation Nacho was referring to earlier.
Oh, how did I not take damage? So crowball skip is still a thing in this. Except this time. we actually hit the button. Because there's one token that's on top of a very tall tree that we can only get via Pac-Man chain. I'm gonna grab that checkpoint for safety.
Did you do the red roll down the tree?
Yes, I did. Because I actually had health. It's the only reason why I did. Nice. I got that little... There's a very small window where you can actually use the bump bounce hitbox. So you don't have to let's grab between those two tall big trees there. Oh, don't do that. 152 is also a good category because you get to stay in the levels longer, which means you get to listen to the music more.
Yes.
So, best category. That's not long and tedious, like 100%. I recommend anybody. Inky, same old, same old. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And dead.
Yeah, this game has a lot of, we do pretty good strats for the bosses. Each boss has their own strat we kind of have to do for them. Despite the fact that 3 of them are near identical.
Yeah.
In terms of design.
Yeah, the first 3 bosses, we do exactly the same, I'm pretty sure. Then when we get to Clyde, then it starts getting a little different. But we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. Clyde. Yay.
Oh!
Jeez. Another camera. Oh goodness.
Part of my memory already blanks and forgot I got the first token in that server run. But I did. Yeah, kind of worried there though. No! Oh, I saved it. Okay. So a lot of these tokens are either in boxes or rev rams. Rev rams are like the worst enemy in the game, other than the camera.
Yeah.
It's because you have to do a fully charged rev roll out of to kill them.
And there's no point in running from them. They'll probably chase you.
Oh yeah, they can catch you super easy. Oh, I didn't get. Let's grab those stairs.
Also, I should mention, it looks like Nacho's pretty far ahead, but this category has a very great tendency of, like, taking all the time that you have saved and completely throwing it out the window because memes.
Yes. Very, very hot memes.
Yeah, this category is very much prone to having places shift at all times. So, we'll see how that pans out for this.
Yeah, I could be like 6 minutes ahead of Laz, but if I get bad RNG, he can still win.
Yep.
It's that ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure neither of us have a backup save, so whatever happens, happens.
I mean, we could shoehorn one in, but we accommodated the estimate for the bad RNG, so...
Yeah.
That's why rev rams are garbage.
To knock into the ice.
Almost.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the camera sometimes freaks out if it thinks you're going to do something, but you do something else instead. Like rev roll right into a back-out chain. So if anybody gets like motion sickness, I apologize in advance. Oh god. Forgot it.
I should mention, I've been reveling into all these boxes instead of mud bouncing on them, because if you do anything other than reveling into them, it's very easy to get caught in the Pac-Man chain. Not only is the Pac-Man chain slow, but on top of that, it's a possibility, and a very likely one, that you won't even grab the token.
Yeah, the game's a troll like that. I've had that happen too many times.
Yeah, so just don't jump on the boxes, please. Just don't.
Remember how we said the camera is like the worst enemy in the game? Yeah, that's a good example right there. That chain, after you get 72, it's just... Yep. I was literally standing backwards when I landed off of it.
Yeah, there's various ways that one specific one can really screw you over. Especially when you're trying to do that skip that happens right afterwards.
Oh yeah. Because the Roverams are all after you, you gotta line yourself up real quick. It's painful.
Yeah, and we go through all of that hell just for 4 seconds. Yay.
Yeehaw. Conveniently though, there's no tokens in the last cave here, so it's just 90% to the rest of this. No! That was such a good blow too! Dang it. That's my first time.
So yeah, wind rolls are like the best and worst thing in this level. They're really, really good for going fast, but they're also just a giant double-edged sword. And essentially what happens is those wind blowers, we rev roll into them, and what it does is it essentially takes our rev roll speed and the wind blower's speed and just adds them together. And you get sent much farther than intended. For example, this part right here, you skip over this section.
I died twice now.
Wow.
Oh man. Oh, the game almost spiked me again. We're good though.
Just so you know, I'm about to grab 72.
Okay, I just got the last chain.
Alright.
I'm out of here.
Oh, god damn it. Okay. So I got hit by the Rev Ram because I took too long to line up. But not only that, I should mention that I tried going for a thing where, when you go airborne in this game, you have like 8 frames before the game considers you like 100% airborne. But this also like goes into when you get out of like hit stun from enemies, and you could like essentially do a double jump, kind of. Kind of. It's not really great, but it's not really consistent either. You can just do a jump in the air. But you can actually save yourself in that instance that you get hit by the Rev Ram there. It just didn't work out that time.
Did you do the strat where you rev roll off the Rev Ram?
No, but that is also another option you could do.
Okay.
I got hit by the Rev Ram and died. That's
Oh.
what happened.
So here's a major route difference between 80% and 152, is you go on top of that and get that chest to get a token.
And that ledge
And
grab.
I was almost an idiot and missed the box behind that chest.
And another thing about that is that that ledge grab is so sketchy. Oh my goodness, that was a really good boost.
Yeah, I don't know what the developers were thinking when they put that thing up there.
Yeah. It's really, really sketchy. A lot of times you'll not ledge grab it, a lot of times you'll ledge grab it, but Pac-Man will just go like, no thank you, and just fall. Yeah, Pac-Man doesn't like listening, the game itself doesn't like listening, so yeah, there's a lot of sections where the game just says no.
Come on, I did it again. I jumped over the box instead of kickflipping into it. So you can go backwards and blade bound, but it's very, 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 very painful.
Yes.
There we go. Camera, camera, camera. Thank you. The
Essentially,
camera literally stayed in front of me for like 5 seconds. I got really scared.
essentially think of it like if you were to go downhill in Blade Mountain, you'd pass about a second. Like, for every second you're going downhill, attempting to go uphill is like 3 times longer or something.
It's almost like 10 seconds, it feels like.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like, Pac-Man the ice skates are really only for going down. Like, if you look,
Yeah.
I slid, and I have to wait an eternity to get up here to kickflip this box. But I cover the same ground in like half a second. It is
For
ridiculous.
anybody who knows, or I've seen a 189 run, you'll know that Blade Mountain is done twice because the path differentiation between tokens and fruit and pack dots.
Yeah,
It's really aggravating.
you can do it all in one go, but it's so excruciatingly painful. It's highly
Yeah.
not advised to do so.
It's like you might as well just go through it twice.
Yeah, because it might actually only save like less than 30 seconds in a 2-minute level.
Yeah. Also, shoutouts to Pinky. She may not seem like a hard boss, but doing the strats can sometimes be aggravating.
Yeah.
Plus camera, can screw you up too. I almost screwed up second base.
Yeah, just assume anything that we talk about, implementing that the camera's just such a jerk, it just becomes twice as hard, almost.
Yep.
There's a lot of places where the camera can just be a total jerk to you.
Alright, so now we're going to introduce the ghosts having tokens with ITV.
That's fun.
Yep, I believe ITV has 2. You! The puka burst and flew me off the edge, you jerk.
Yeah, ITV
Yeah,
has
it's
2
like-
ghosts with tokens in it.
That probably went faster to take this.
I believe no other enemy actually has tokens. Actually, no, I'm lying. Reverends. Reverends and ghosts. Hey.
Rams, ghosts, and ghost ships. I guess. So this little piece of ITV is really cool if you do a cool rev roll, but it's like super sketchy. I don't know if you go for it or not, Lux.
Which one?
Token 86, like the really thin, curvy path.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay. You'll see some impressive strats from him. I didn't do that. I just spun bounced across them.
Yeah, it's
I'm too scared.
not really recommended that a lot of people do it because it's kind of precise and it only saves time if you do it correctly. Like, you could do it and you could get kind of far, but you won't do it a lot of times fast enough to make it worthwhile.
The game almost dropped my head, but then
Okay.
died.
That jump is kind of tight. You'd have to go on that ramp that I just slid down to actually get that token up there. There's a tiny bit of time. If you mess it up, you die.
Now for one of 2 levels that people almost never see. BP. There is one strat that's kind of similar to the skip we do, but like it's really risky. It only takes 2 seconds, so not worth.
Also, I got the strat that we brought up earlier pretty well. That's the strat.
Which one?
The one for 86.
Okay.
Yeah. ITV is just kind of just a sexy level in this category, honestly.
It really is.
What was that?
So this is the area where you would do like a really sketchy skip. You would come up here. You would hit the button up here, and then what you would do is rev roll into that wall that's farthest away from Pac-Man right now, like the left side over here. Because for some reason the collision for this is like not lined up with the wall. I don't know how to explain it.
It's essentially.
But yeah, you can walk on the lava outside the boundaries and get to the area where we would do VP skip at any %, but then go the other way.
Yeah. Actually, should I attempt to showcase it? See how that goes?
I wouldn't.
You would or wouldn't?
Wouldn't, but not.
But not? Okay.
It's too risky of a strat. Neither of us have practiced it at all.
Yeah. Or should I just ask the chat to go for it?
So you get to hear VP's banging music.
Yeah. This game has a lot of great music that we don't see in some of these runs. One of the worst case scenarios with this is that in Inky, it's such a fast boss, but it has such a great song. You never hear it in a speedrun.
Unless you like purposely did Inky slow, but why would you do that?
Exactly. Hey, look, that Neander pack can be nice and push you to the side a little bit. It saves a little bit of time.
I accidentally pressed A way too fast there.
Yeah, it doesn't really save a lot of time. It's just nice. Nice little bonus for your troubles. That's the thing about this game. When you rev roll and you get hit by something, in that case it was a ghost, you target that enemy, it automatically turns you in that direction. That has killed a lot of people and a lot of runs.
Okay. And because the ghosts are everywhere, it's almost in every single level you do that in.
Yep, and
Feels like.
Yep, and it doesn't help that, unlike a lot of enemies in this game, they have clear indications to when their hitboxes are active. Ghosts have their hitboxes active all the time. Every time that they're on the playing field, their hitboxes are out. So if they just walk close to you, you're dead.
Yeah. Also, I just started doing 80% from that mode.
Please don't.
I got to the checkpoint, I was like, wait, I'm supposed to hit that button.
Also, I should mention that I'm on this like railing thing, just sidling along all this. What I did earlier was skip all this because you're technically supposed to go through this twice, but if you have Chrome power up and you're fast enough, then just go through the bottom and be okay. Because when you're in Chrome, you're invincible to everything but like death bits. So that's the thing. And the death planes there are very, very sketchy. Sometimes they're like really close to the surface, so you can die. Really carefully if you're not navigating that really easily. If you're not navigating that carefully, I'm sorry.
Piece of Magnum Opus here. You have to be really fast if you actually want to keep your Chrome Ball here to the end room. Also, this token's annoying. Alright, got it. 101 is like the worst token. Because that jump is really tight.
Yeah. It has the reputation of being one of, if not the worst token in the entire game. Second, if that, on that token. And dying most of the time for it.
Yeah, if you're quick.
This is a room in this game dominated by Freddy the Stony. Getting this token over here is actually a lot harder when Freddy is being a jerk like that. And we used to do this really bad butt bounce to get to there, but it turns out you can use very like little things to... You can use nearly anything as a ramp in this game. And that's what a lot of this game is. Yeah. A lot of this game is abusing the really bad GameCube geometry of this time period that games were alive. And just completely rev-rolling over everything. So it's like a Sonic game, just less broken than a Sonic game.
Okay. So I just got stuck inside Clyde.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
And I couldn't get out. Silly ideas. It's tricks for kids. I think that's only a phase 1 thing, I'm not sure.
How the hell is it only a phase 1 thing?
I don't know, I think it's just an angle you go at his eyeball.
Ah, okay. So you are doing the other bounces.
Oh yeah, I gotta show him off.
We called him Freddy... I started calling him Freddy a while ago, but we call him Freddy because... jerk that I knew. Or I call him Freddy. But eye bounces essentially skip you waiting. I am not... I might go for phase 1 eye bounce if I feel good enough, but I mean, I probably won't do it. Nacho knows them a lot better than I do. But essentially, if you're not going to be doing that, you are going to be waiting around for Clyde to do his thing. And then, once that happens, it's just, then he'll let you come down. Then he'll come down, and then you hit him. The main strat is to just hit his, to just hit him twice in every phase.
Sorry. I just failed for a phase, don't mind me.
Eye bounces are very difficult to get good at. Some phases are harder than others, but in general, it's just very, very difficult.
Sometimes the double bounce just doesn't want to happen. Just like 4 phase there, for instance. I thought I got the hit, so I paused to skip the cutscene, and it didn't go through. And I ended up just missing. It's a shame, too, because that was a really good Clyde up until then.
You know what? Screw it. I'll go for phase 1 eye bounce.
Clyde,
No practice.
jerk!
Let's go.
Thank you.
I missed it. Okay. I was late. So I'm just not going to do it anymore. But yeah. So eye bounces are very, very difficult.
Okay, Clyde was being a jerk, and he was off cycle, so I couldn't get the setup for 5th phase. Oh, so that's the wrong platform being done. And you go over there. There we go.
Also, I should mention, like we mentioned earlier, 152 just has the goodwill of just being a jerk and keeping people behind and ahead just because it just likes doing that. But it does that all the time.
Oh yeah.
We're doing 80% Clyde and it's screwing Notch over. The trick is consistent, it's just difficult.
Yeah, and it just really depends if Clyde likes to cooperate with you or not.
Yeah. Not to mention, depending on your timing, going into one of the phases, I believe the 4th phase, you have to do a slightly different timing. So it's a lot, it gets even more and more sketchier depending on your performance.
Yeah, if you're slow on getting the 2nd hit on 4th phase, 5th phase will be not consistent with what you're used to. Just what happened with me.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what I just did, I just did a frame perfect pause before the cutscene happened.
Yeah.
Because in this game, before the cutscene happens, you're teleported to the center of the stage a frame before the text starts. And I would have gotten a frame perfect pause if I paused a frame later. And I messed up 4th phase.
You're notorious for that.
Yeah, I don't know what
you get him a lot. Like I only got him once.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm very good at jumping the gun a frame early for some reason.
Yeah. Also, shout outs to mind boosting.
Yeah.
You take the Nash B a lot now. Yay! So if anybody who doesn't know, mind boosting what you do, you take damage, and then while you're in your invincibility frames, you spin into another mine or missile, and depending on the angle in which you do that and the timing, you can send yourself flying forward.
Yeah.
You saw me do it once. So there's a setup or two in Shark Attack. I'm consistent at too.
Yeah. A lot of the mind boost distance has to deal as to when you actually collided with the second one.
Yeah, I think the sooner you do it, the sooner you do the, or I guess, whenever you press B, the closer you are to a mine, the more speed you're gonna have. So I would have gotten that one if the game actually let me spin before I went through it. Sad face.
I'm dropping frames. It says I haven't dropped any frames. I think I missed a token.
Is chat moving for you?
Yeah, chat's moving.
Oh, my chat froze. No wonder I can't see you guys. I'll fix it in Pac-Man. It's fine. I was wondering why chat got so dead all of a sudden.
No, I didn't miss a token. I just went insane.
Like, you can have your splits up. Come on, man.
No, I mean, and Scooby-Doo, I was reading chat and not paying attention to the levels, so I was like, oh wait, I'm not sure if it's or not. Yeah.
So yeah, these water levels aren't very interesting.
Yeah.
I guess the main difference between Scuba Duba and Shark Attack, in Scuba Duba, all the tokens are either in Ghost or crates. In Shark Attack, they're in Ghost and fruit chests. Which means in Shark Attack, you have to get at least one of every single fruit in the order of which they appear in. Otherwise, you will not be able to open the corresponding chests and miss a token.
One side thing about this ghost, we don't know why, but this ghost just turns blue whenever it feels like it, and just does this really awkward turn. We don't know why it happens. Very rare that it doesn't do
I
it.
want to say it's the proximity of how close you are to it when it starts turning blue.
Yeah, but in ITV, unless like Pac-Man while he's swimming has a different proximity for the.
I started doing
power
80%. I'm a dumbass.
Unless Pac-Man while he's swimming has a different proximity for the power pellet. In ITV, there's a longer distance with the ghosts. So it's just weird.
Yeah, don't mind me. I needed that melon. And I was a ding dong and started doing 80%. This guy. Alright, 120. Now we're good. Luckily, it was right there, so it's no big deal. So that was a setup for one of a good mind boost there. We call it the tray boost because our good pal Average Trey, he found out that setup a long time ago.
Shout out to Trey. Really great runner. Current world record holder.
For 80%.
For 90%.
I'm gonna refresh chat here. Just pop it out.
I should mention one thing also about Mind Boost. You can Mind Boost off missiles. The problem with Mind Boosting off missiles is that they're a lot less consistent because they're moving cylinders instead of static balls that are just hanging around. Their geometry just makes it a lot more awkward to actually Mind Boost off of, and most of the time you'll probably get sent downwards if you're not careful. That's from my experience.
Also, hi chat, I can see you now. So welcome to Pac-Man, aka the 8-minute stress test, aka RNG land.
AKA the reason why 7 people run this category as opposed to the other 35 that run 80%. 35, 45 that run 80%.
Yep.
Now, the problem with Pac-Man is that not only is it an 8-minute auto-scroller with nothing interesting to do, it is prone to a lot of RNG. And in any percent, that's not a problem. In every other category, though, you have to pay attention to fruit counts and token counts in various categories, and it just causes a lot of issues. Things can spawn, specifically tokens, that can spawn in a lot of really bad places that become really hard to either grab them, or enemies will drop them in very inconvenient spots. It's just...
Hopefully neither of us get the really bad positioned ones.
Yes.
A really, really bad place for one of them to be is this pipe right here. That's like an S shape. Some of them, there's some that spawn the elbow really low, and there's a token that spawns underneath of it, and it's nearly impossible to actually grab it. Because Pac-Man at the bottom of the screen does not go low enough. Don't ask me why. The way you have to get it is you actually have to hit the pipe, which falls down after you hit it. You have to use that to push yourself down below the screen to grab that token. It is the most notorious piece of poop ever.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But it's a thing that happens, and it's killed a lot of good runs.
On both our sides.
Yep.
I guess I'm the guy with the higher pitch voice? Why? Right. But yeah. This is just not a fun level to really... It's just not a fun level to deal with.
A lot of notorious pieces of poop, I agree.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Loz.
Yeah, I'm Nacho. In case people were wondering. No, I'm on the middle. Why are we talking about me? Alright, I think I have 3 tokens right now. Which is pretty solid. Also, I just realized without splits, I have no idea how far I am in the pack range. Well, this will be interesting. I'm at 4. 5. Alright, 5. We're not even at the guns yet. Let's go.
I should mention that, just a fun fact about this level, because I have absolutely nothing else to talk about. All this green ocean that you're seeing, what they did was they essentially just threw fog all over the place for this. So in Dolphin, you can actually disable fog, and it would just be like a black void.
No! I couldn't grab it in time. Damn it! Yeah, that's an instance of notorious token placement. If that's the only one I missed, I can actually death abuse and force it to respawn. But that's why this category is bad. This level.
Yeah.
The only reason why. Everything else is fantastic.
Yeah.
But this level.
This level's a nightmare. I guess another thing about this level, speaking of like token respawning, at the end of this level, if we have only like 1 token, maybe 2 for ballsy enough, that we can potentially respawn, we can actually do that. It just goes with how this level is. This level kind of like loops, technically. Like, it like loops sections over and over again. It's extremely weird. We're not sure why it is that way. But it just allows us to... It does allow us to respawn tokens at the very end before the level finishes. Because it's just easy to consistently die. There's still a wave of enemies, and there's just a bunch of areas where it could potentially spawn if it's nice enough. But
Yep.
The level is just not nice.
Also, was anybody paying attention to when I entered Pac-Man? That way I know where I'm at. Oh, actually, you know what? I have 127 now.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, all of them spawned for me. I was just dumb enough to miss the one.
Wow.
I'm sad.
Well, at least you're not 3 minutes in and you haven't gotten a single one yet.
Is that what you right now?
Yep.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, things like this can happen. I could get all of them just magically. That's happened before. I could get like 5 more. That's happened before. I could get all but 1. That's happened before. It's just, it's a dumpster fire.
A while ago, thanks, Larry.
Wow. Wow. That's 2 enemy waves in a row that have not given me a single token yet.
Do you have all the oranges?
Yep. Well, no, I don't think I have all the oranges yet, but I do have quite a bit.
Okay.
Please. Please? No? No?
I think I have
Oh my
one more
goodness.
wave of enemies left.
Oh, there's the token, and it spawns way down there. Yep, I didn't see it. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna Death Abuse. Oh, there's the guns. I'm going to Death Abuse and see if I can just try to shake out my luck.
Shake, shake.
Shake. It, like, technically isn't really a thing. But, like, it shouldn't be a thing. But, from my experience, just do it sometimes and it works. It's so...
Okay, this is the last checkpoint, so I need to die here. So I can respawn that token.
It's just so random.
Kill the game. Oop, I'm dead. Alright, token. Come to me!
It's a wonderful thing that this level is just right before the end of the game. It's magical.
Alright. Isn't that great?
Yeah, wonderful. Gotta love this game. I still not gotten a single token. This concerns me greatly.
Jeez, man, your Darty like not with you.
No, not at all.
Alright, I'm just gonna keep Death Abusing. I only have the one, and I can force spawn it.
Yeah.
It might take me a few tries, but we'll see. It's all on RNG at this point.
Yeah.
Yes, there it is. There we're good. 128. Let's go.
Please? Please. All oranges collected. Okay, please.
You should be a shoe-in for tokens now.
Please. Please. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. No way. This enemy, this wave, okay, I got 1 token from that entire wave of enemy. What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm stupid.
Did you miss one?
Yep, missed one right in my face. Alright, I'm killing myself again.
So this is one cycle whale. If any of you've ever seen an 80% run, you know what this is like.
Yeah, just gonna let
Oh, I barely missed top left. Ah, that would have had it, dude.
Okay.
Dang.
Mega Whale is really tough because it's a lot of manipulation of how Mega Whale opens and closes his mouth, as well as really tight shooting to all the propellers. Each propeller takes 9 hits, and the goal is to get 1 hit left on each one, and then do just a weird movement where you hit all of them in one go, and you can essentially take them down before Mega Whale leaves, because technically what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to knock one down, and then Mega Whale leaves, and then he comes back, and then you take another propeller down, and then leave, and then come back, and that's what the fight's supposed to look like. But you you can just destroy Mega Wheel, because we hate Mega Wheel.
Yep.
Mega Wheel's not a fun fight. Well, it's fun, just not fun to speedrun.
So Haunted Boardwalk's a pretty straightforward level. You basically go straight, and conveniently they left all the tokens out in the air in this level, so they're very easy to spot. So you just gotta go straight and get the tokens when you see them. Pretty simple.
You're gonna give me the other 7 tokens in this wave, right, game?
Are you in the last one?
I don't know. No. I don't think so. I don't know.
No.
It's very hard to keep track of where you are in the level because everything looks the same. And considering I've died like 2 or 3 times on purpose,
Oh,
um,
that's true.
it's very hard to know how much time you're wasting or losing. But in
Right.
case anyone,
It's depending on how close we're to checkpoints and stuff.
yeah,
Game.
in case anyone was wondering how my run is doing, okay, so I want to bring this up. Rob came in before and wished us good luck, and he said I would probably get 6 tokens and I'd have to redo Pac-Man. I walked out with 2.
Oh my god.
um, I've never been screwed over by this level this hard before, so I'm just surprised.
2. Wow.
2
That's
tokens.
insane.
So I have to do this level 100% over, and I hit the time trial clock because I wasn't paying attention. Don't worry, Larry. We should be fine. The estimate accounts for screwing up Mega Wheel, so we should be fine. I should also mention I was only 13 seconds behind my PP walking into Mega Wheel, so I feel kind of crushed.
I would too.
Oh my goodness.
I'm probably nowhere near PB at this point, since I had to death abuse a few times and I got 2 cycle whale. Plus silly deaths and outlet jelly. Alright, last token on a boardwalk. I missed that bet? Okay. I'm not complaining.
If I don't get the rest of them around 2, just go for well. Alright, I'll do that. I should get the rest of them around 2, I hope. I really hope so.
Yeah, our estimate only allows for 2 passes of Pac-Man, not 3.
Yeah. But the level can't give me only 2 tokens a second time, right? Right?
It should give you all.
I should get the rest. Start a petition to make 144 to 152 a category. I like that idea. No, but in all seriousness, we wish it wasn't this bad. And it sucks too, because Bruce came really close to thinking that it was consistent, but then he put it to test a little bit more, and it turned out it was all that completely just fell on his face. Because this level's just that poorly designed.
Mm-hmm. So there's some pretty neat alternate routing that happens in night crawling. Just going out of your way for tokens. Nothing too spectacular, it's mostly the same.
Yeah.
Nothing really to say about it. Ghost Bayou, on the other hand, though, that's gonna be a fun level. Because we actually get to go through the level. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. All apples fly.
So I never know where that token is in space. One on the wall.
Yeah.
I just blindly bounce to it so I get it. I'll make this. Thank you.
Night crawling is a pretty straightforward level. A lot of the noteworthy things just involve specific levels that are slightly faster than other ones and making the cycles for the platforms.
Yep, night crawling is entirely cycle based because of these end platforms here.
Yep. If I remember correctly, the stream that you guys are watching is listening to my audio, so I hope you like Pac-Man's song, because you've probably heard it loop like 4 times. You've probably heard it loop like 4 or 5 times already.
Sorry, I had to. Alright, I get to go through Ghost Bayou now. Yay! You know what? Just for shits and giggles, or for giggles, I'm gonna do that strat I was doing in practice. So there's this crazy rival you can do off seeking platforms. I'm gonna see if I can get a first try. I mean, obviously, if I miss it, I'm gonna lose like 40 seconds.
Yeah. I got that token. I'm a god.
God gamer.
Yeah. Ghost Bayou, it's a very interesting level, but screwing up in Ghost Bayou is really.
I barely missed it.
Yeah. Screwing up in Ghost Bayou costs a lot of time. A lot of deaths in Ghost Bayou are very, very time-consuming deaths.
So you can make that rev roll and actually grab on that pillar, but like the angle you need is a little bit ridiculous. Also, I'm surprised that worked. I'm not gonna do that again. I'm just gonna do how you're supposed to do it. That does save somewhere around 10 seconds, though, doing that. Because you don't have to take this slow pack dot chain. Also, really backing one. Yeah, it's really neat movement just going through here. It's fun because you get to skip everything.
128 tokens.
I did not get the skip for the skeletons. I am sad. You can skip that cutscene trigger by like let's grabbing around it, but I somehow missed it.
Yeah, it's.
I'm actually not sure.
I'm not 100% sure either. I think it's if you ledge grab a specific section of it instead of going like farther on the other side. I think it still catches you, but yeah. So yeah, now the rest of the level is just turned into any percent, because in any percent you don't pay any mind to this level until you're like close to death. So really, this is essentially the level where if you're bored all the time in this level like me, you essentially just go on Twitter. Where's my phone?
Also, that was an intentional death back there, because if you saw, I really missed that. There was a timer that was counting down, because what happens is when you're fighting those skeletons, you have to hit so many at a certain time, otherwise you die when the timer runs out. But if you get a checkpoint and die right there, you just respawn back at that checkpoint and then you're done. Wait, where am I going? Hello? Where am I at? Oh. Wait, what? I'm so confused. Where am I? Okay. I got lost. I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't blame you. Ghost Bayou.
Right, this check over again.
So many things look the same in Ghost Bayou. It's very
easy. Like the two teleporters where you get soaked in.
And you didn't turn 47. To the left. You didn't turn to the left after.
No. I kept going back and forth. I'm like, where am I?
So just to give you an idea how punishing Pac-Man is, I was 13 seconds behind. I leave 10 minutes and 1 second behind.
I get some oofs in the chat.
Love this game. Alright,
So I have 152 now. Yay!
Yay.
Not gonna be a sub-hour, but it's fine. Oh, and just if anybody was wondering, no, you cannot get 100% in a level and count that as your token. It has to be one of the physical tokens. So this is spooky. We like to stunlock him. And then intentionally death. And do it again.
Oh, I almost got the 1 cycle there. I would have been went mental if I only got 1 cycle during 2 152 marathons.
Okay, so time is coming up, but I get the 4th hit on this phase. 1, 2, what? Okay. No, I'm getting that stun lock. Get back here. I don't know how I missed that. There we go. 1, 2. Spooky, get back here. 3. And I'm an idiot. Okay. I just messed up my button presses completely. Come here, Spooky. And time.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Spooky too hard. Yeah, I agree. Hardest boss in the game. I am.
Sure, because we're gonna forget about the red demon ghost.
Don't talk about it.
So yeah, I should mention we kind of expected something like this to happen, where someone was gonna get really screwed over by Pac-Man, and that's why we threw in the estimate.
Yeah. Also, I had a 101.14, just so anybody knows. Because I was actually timing it myself.
I missed that.
Legit. Alright, good luck, Laws. You got this.
You know what, Build? You hush.
Nobody is it.
But yeah, this category is just so brutal.
Yeah.
Saved! Oh my goodness. Don't ever do that again to me.
Alright, I get to watch you now, homie. Oh, I just saw that save. Nice, dude. Also, that saved me.
Good stairs.
Yeah, no category at all is ever as brutal as 189 will ever be. Because not only do you have to 100% the game, you have to get all the tokens, and you have to do all the time trials. Which some of the time trials are actually strict.
Yeah.
So, good luck, have fun.
Even for some good any percent runners, the time trials can be pretty bad if you're not careful.
Yeah, like if you try to do any percent strats on Blade Mountain with a time trial, you're gonna miss it. Like, guaranteed.
Yeah.
You have to get clocks. It's pretty brutal, man.
There's the quote-unquote unmissable token, which 135. It's not gonna get called the unmissable token anymore due to a nice streak of missing the token from several people, including a nice little chip that just kind of raced me recently.
We don't talk about this. But yeah, it seems pretty straightforward because that's the way you jump to go through that anyway. But sometimes the platform likes to dip, like randomly. I call it platform RNG because that's what it is. Don't at me. And you will miss it.
Yeah.
It is obnoxious.
Yeah. Doesn't help that the ghost is there to stop you from properly lining up, so you kind of have to jump, swivel in, and then swivel back out of it. Or swerve in and back out, I'm sorry. Also, I'm doing that thing where I unintentionally clog her for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, don't rev roll that skeleton. It can actually go inside that wall that it almost just went inside. I kind of just forgot for a second, and I saw where the cherry spawned. That kind of freaked out a little bit. Because even if you can see the cherry, there's that collision doesn't exactly line up with what you see. So you can actually have the token spawn, but behind an invisible wall there. Nice torch. What? That's not something that happens. I actually have no health, so I need to be a little cautious.
What? Here it goes.
Oh boy. Okay.
I'm trying to get one cycle well before he finished.
I missed a token somewhere.
It's not getting.
I missed a token somewhere.
Did you really?
Yep, I missed a token somewhere. Okay. To not go ahead of estimate and just like screw everything up because I'm already far behind Nacho. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm going to figure out where I missed that token later. So there's gonna be a 151 speedrun unless Lori wants me to go back and grab it for the sake of memes, I guess, at this point. Okay, nice camera. In a typical run scenario, I'd have to restart the entirety of Nightcrawling. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna get this, damn it.
Alright, 151 hype, that's my cue to just keep going. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, that would have been it.
There's a lot of really weird rev rolls that you can do here, that are all kind of just cool. Also, the fact that I don't have 147 tokens is actually really throwing me off when I'm paying attention to my token count. Also, that's the cutscene skip.
Oh, you got it, skeletons?
Yep.
Nice. There's a lot of cutscenes you can skip just by not landing in certain places.
Yeah. We are going through We are going through Ghost Bayou much more casually than 80%, but we're still skipping large chunks of this level because there's just a lot of places we don't need to be. So even then, you're not getting the whole full Ghost Bayou experience. Yep. But yeah.
Your wish is my command, Viper.
Huh?
He said, stop sucking at whale. I got 1 second. You happy, guys? Happy before you finish. Let's go. Or I'm not doing that again.
Alright, so now there's a lot of places you can do this. I like lining up over here. Because you can do that there. Okay, and I still messed it up. Cool. Excellent. Also, when you die here, you get fog, and now it becomes much harder to see where you're going. There you go. Alright, and now I'm gonna go for weight skip. We use that 8-frame thing that we talked about earlier, which applies to Pac-Man chains. So I'm going to mash, and then I'm gonna jump out of the Pac-Man chain, and hopefully I land in the goal, which skips having to wait at a random down amount of time, which is like 7 seconds. But I missed it because I mashed, and I butt bounce.
You should tell me when you hit the last spooky hit.
Alright. I golden Ghost by you. Don't know how. I did. Alright. And spooky. Stunlock. Stunlock, yay.
Gotta love them stun locks.
I missed the last hit in first phase. Yeah, spooky is divided up into 2 sections, Stunlock and Chase. First 2 phases we want to Stunlock, last phase we want to Stunlock twice and then Chase. There is this really dumb, inconsistent one that you can do on 3rd phase. I also have on the last phase of spooky. You can do, what you can do is, you can get all 4 Stunlock, but it's like essentially a test strat. Time is coming up in a second here. And time. 1:12:49. 1:12:24.
Oh, I have 25.05. Pretty close. Hey, you're below estimate. Yay!
Yay!
We did it, guys.
Woohoo! We did it. Let Pac-Man ruin the estimate, but we kind of did.
And that's why we put our estimate so high.
And this is why this category doesn't really get into a lot of marathons. It's usually 80%, and it's mostly because lack of runners and that huge RNG level.
Yeah, but we're glad that you accepted it and that we got to showcase it here for you guys today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We're glad we got to show off this category. It's a very great category. If you
also,
want
someone donate $10 for Wario. Hint, hint.
nudge, nudge. So if you're interested in speedrunning this game, you could message one of us. I always keep my Twitter DMs or Twitch whispers open if you want to DM me and know a little bit about the game. We have a speedrun.com profile. We have a Discord. We're very welcome in Discord. We do help a lot of new runners come out to the game, and actually, in fact, there's been quite a bit few runners recently. But yeah, anything else you want to leave? Anything else, Nacho?
No, that's pretty much it. Join the Pack Discord.
Yep.
For more. Also, I said Wario, not Mario, you ding dongs. Get your W's right.
Get your W's right. Don't turn them upside down.